Well, welcome back to the place to be, TST, the soccer tournament with a man who really needs no introduction, the point guard himself. I had to bring that in. Chris Paul. Chris, another TST. We're here now at the finals. I mean, it's been a brilliant tournament. It's my second year covering it, and I've just been blown away by how it's grown. But for you, knowing as a co-founder to see it like this, it must be a great feeling.
It is an amazing feeling. The fan support has been amazing. The players that come out and compete, the games are always competitive. This being our third year is something truly special, and we're so grateful for Cary, North Carolina, and everyone who comes out to support it.
What stood out to you now in terms of growth from last year to this year? What have you been enjoying the most?
I think the thing that I enjoy the most is this is obviously one time a year, and so you literally go a complete year without seeing some of the same faces. Even the guys right here with the camera that I get a chance to see at this particular time of year, some of the players who have been here since the very first year, it's just like a reunion. You get a chance to see everyone, and everyone who learns the rules and understand how much of a commitment it is to the game and intensity. It's just a really good time.
And I mean, as well, in terms of the growth, like, it's just amazing. I know you have friends in high places, but it's great to see some of the big names that keep coming back. Sergio Aguero, Nani, Miguel Layuna as well. I mean, how many more of those contacts are you tapping into for next year?
All of those guys you named, along with Heather O'Reilly, having Carly Lloyd. And I think the coolest thing about this TST, honestly, is to see the difference in age, right? The Dallas team that played against the U.S. women's national team the other day, you had a young girl on that team that was 15 years old. So the experience that they're getting to get a chance to play against these legends, right? There are kids that are going to college, people who are 20 years, 30 years removed from college, and everyone's out here competing, and it's nothing like it.
Obviously, I've been interviewing all of the players and the coaches over the last week, and I always ask them, how do they find the right balance between, having fun, having a good time, because it's still summer, it's off season for some of them, but also the fact that they're competitors, and we know that when you guys step out on a pitch or on the court, you have to ball out. So how do you want it to be, I suppose, perceived, like a good, fun time, or you want that stiff competition?
I mean, when they're playing, anyone who's in this, they understand the competition, especially when you get into knockout rounds. It's one loss and you're going home. There's $1 million on the line. But what's really exciting is you'll see tonight during the finals is that the teams that have been eliminated, because it's festival style, everyone can come out, enjoy themselves. Families come out here. You see there's a ton of kids. So it's really a great environment that is competitive but still a lot of fun.
Well, we've been watching you this week, and we noticed that you have been enjoying the U.S. women as well. I mean, they're yet in another final. As you mentioned, some of the big names there, Ali Krieger, Heather O'Reilly, and whatnot. What about them do you feel, do they add to this tournament?
There's a nostalgia that comes with them, as you can see with their fans and everything. And some of them that have obviously played in big World Cups, there's something about even the people who play against them that compete. They've watched them on television, and now you get a chance to compete against them in a 7v7 with some great rules where we pull people off of the field, and it's all about scoring goals.
What about on the men's side? What's caught your eye? Because some of the big dogs that normal soccer fans would know, like Sergio Aguero, like Nani, they're already out. They're already on their way home. But now it's time for some other names to kind of tell their story.
On the men's side, what's always interesting is to see how they come back the next year. Some of the teams separate and break up and form their own teams, but the competition is still at an all-time high. You see it, guys may be dapping each other up off the field, but when they get on the pitch, it's time to get to it, and especially as you get down to the semifinals and now the finals, it's going to be intense. And I sit over here just like any other fan because you have absolutely no idea what's going to happen, right? In a traditional football match, you watch, and if it's 3-0 and 80 minutes have went by, you're like, all right, we know who's going to win. You never know what's going to happen here until the target score starts.
Well, guys, you heard it from the man himself. It's an absolute vibe here in Cary, North Carolina. But don't go anywhere because things are going to get juicy coming up next with the men's championship game.
Nias back to the Nias. Back to the number 9. Dutau driving to the end line. Cuts it back. Nias chance to score. Hugo Gomez. Stop me if you've heard that before. A chance for the win. Bumpy pitch. Golazo. Cristian Gutierrez. Pumas looking for one. Slipped across. Could this be it? Could this be it? It is! Pumas de Alabama are going to play for $1 million tomorrow night. When TST 2025 kicked off, we had 64 teams spread across 2 different brackets. We played 133 games over the last 6 days. And now there are just 2 teams, 1 game, and one $1 million check to hand out over the next hour plus here in Cary, North Carolina. Let's check out the bracket and how the 2 teams that reached the final made it this far. Pumas de Alabama, what a run it's been. They beat Pat McAfee's Concaifa SC in impressive fashion last night in their semifinal. Before that, beating the 2023 champions Newtown Pride in the quarterfinals. What about Bumpy Pitch FC? They were equally impressive in their semifinal over Pasha Luxury, where they won 4-1. And in the quarterfinals, they just managed to eat past Drip FC by a score of 2-1. Welcome into Wake Med Soccer Park alongside Hercules Gomez. I'm Sebastian Salazar. Great to have you with us. Herc, we have been here for the men's championship final now 3 years in a row. I expect this game, though, to be the best one yet.
I could not agree more. 64 teams. The 2 best teams in this tournament are left. High-level footy at its finest. 7v7 right here for $1 million.
All right, let's get to some players to watch, courtesy of soccer.com. Herc, for Pumas de Alabama, you've picked out the big fella, Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado.
Yeah, Tony for the homies. Tony Medina, 6 goals, 3 assists. He is the playmaker. He makes them tick. He is the traditional number 10. But on the other side, the number 9, Cristian Martinez Borja. 7 goals, already a tournament record. Looking to break that on his own. Looking for the 8th. Tony Medina still in the race. But this guy, the big man in the box, watch out. Fireworks.
We got a big game with some big goal scorers coming up when we return. It's first half kickoff from Cary, North Carolina. Bumpy Pitch FC against Pumas de Alabama for $1 million. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST 2025. Alongside Hercules Gomez, I'm Sebastian Salazar. We are moments away from kickoff of the men's championship final with $1 million up for grabs between Pumas, the Alabama, and Bumpy Pitch FC. Just moments ago, the women's championship final concluded between U.S. women and the Bumpy Pitch women. Tessa Dela Rose getting things off to a good start for the U.S. team, one of plenty players, both present and past, for the University of North Carolina tie on this U.S. side. The second goal of the game for the United States, courtesy Casey Lloyd, a banger there in the second half. And here's your tournament winner, Evelyn Shores, from the captain, Heather O'Reilly. And for a second straight year, we've got back-to-back champs at TST as the U.S. women hang the banner and take home the $1 million cash prize. And before we get things started here, let's update you on the rules. If you've been following this tournament, you well know it is 7 versus 7. We play on about half of the field here at Wake Med Soccer Park. 2 20-minute halves, no offside, no throw-ins. The ball must be advanced every 8 seconds, so you can't sit on the ball and just kill the clock. And every match ends in target score time. Target score time is at the end of regulation. You add 1 goal to the goal total for the team in the lead. That becomes the target score. The team to hit that score first wins the game. In the case of tonight's showdown, that victory would be worth $1 million. It is a packed house here at Wake Med Soccer Park. The fans of Cary, North Carolina have turned up for this one. Tension in the air as dusk settles on this part of the Carolinas. Bumpy Pitch in the dark green kits going left to right, get us underway, taking on Pumas, the Alabama. The maize and blue associated with one of the biggest clubs in Mexican football, Pumas UNAM. Bumpy Pitch, Christian Gutierrez. Goal and 2 assists so far throughout the tournament. He's wearing the number 4. Ernesto Espinoza on the ball in the number 99. He scored a goal yesterday in the semifinal victory over Pasha Luxury FC. Brandon Gomez, star of yesterday's win for Bumpy Pitch. Brandon Hugo Gomez, man who knows the indoor game well, playing for the Empire Strikers of the MASL. What a performance he had yesterday, Herc.
Ridiculous. It's crazy to say he had a hand in 3 goals. Massive saves, and in transition moments where Bumpy Pitch takes you on the other end and they put you away. But it was Brandon Gomez. You mentioned the indoor experience for Brandon Gomez, one of many players on both teams with indoor soccer experience. On Bumpy Pitch alone, a lot of players that play for the Strikers in the Inland Empire, and also the San Diego Sockers, the legendary team of indoor soccer.
His opposite number on the ball now, that's Luis Gomez for Pumas de Alabama. Gomez' resume, quite similar to a few of his colleagues on this Pumas team. Had some cup of coffees in Liga MX, maybe Liga de Expansión, the 2nd division down in Mexico. Played for Estudiantes Tecos, Leones Negros. There you go. He lost the ball deep into the Carolina night here. Chance for Pumas de Alabama. Ball skittering across the area. Hugo Rodriguez, wearing the number 17, sends it wide.
Look at the number 7 in the box behind the goalkeeper, Miguel Angel Morales. He's a little tactic where he goes behind the goalkeeper's weak side, just a blind side.
It's got to be unsettling, huh? Unnerving for a goalie. Of course, there is no offside, as we just showed you here at TST, so nothing illegal about being in that position. Cesar Cerda Puts it back in play for Bumpy Pitch. Love these Bumpy Pitch kits. Both the beige we saw the women wearing and this dark green the men's team are donning here. There's the goal scorer, Christian Borja. 7 goals, 2 assists in this tournament. Played in Liga MX, he's played in Brazil, played in Europe for Red Star Belgrade. How about that for a resume here at TST?
Just a powerful individual. Already 7 goals. That's a tournament lead. That's a record. Looking to be solely by himself. 1 more goal will give him that. Just a player you do not want to face inside the box.
37-year-old Colombian, the big target here. They're wearing the number 9, but Bumpy Pitch will send it back through Mitchell Cardenas, another one of the MASL guys on this Bumpy Pitch team. He's a physical presence in the back.
Johnny Bornstein sighting. Look at that.
Let's go. Jonathan Bornstein, part of the 2010 World Cup squad for the United States. 38 caps all time for the U.S. men's national team. Played in Liga MX, played in MLS, and now playing for Bumpy Pitch FC. You'll recognize another name on this roster. Edgar Castillo also played in MLS, Liga MX, and for both the U.S. and Mexican national teams. One of the rare guys who can say that. Huh?
Yeah, he actually contacted me before the game. He says, if you do not tell, he said this.
Borja! Big time shot, but goes over the head of Gomez.
Borja just so quick, so fast. Look, he's turning right there with the left foot on the right, and it, again, he knows where he got. A lot of movement on that ball.
Big man, quick feet from Borja.
The massive body. He's a guy that you get him going, he can be very effective. Edgar Castillo, old teammate of mine, actually told me, I need you to please say this. Say hi to Merlin Hernandez y Funda Torres, Boricua Nola of New Orleans, and Nancy Ruiz, my girlfriend and my family, the Castillos. And if I do not, he would unfriend me, he told me. So that is out of the way.
All right. Now, does everybody get the shout-out treatment, or just those that are your personal friends?
Everybody gets the shout-out treatment. You know where it reaches.
Pumas, the Alabama, so impressive in that victory yesterday against Concaifa SC. Looking for a goal here. The shot from Jose Amado. Already got 3 goals on the tournament, turned away by Brandon Gomez. Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado starting to get going. Here comes El Tanque. 6 goals on the tournament to go along with 3 assists. Herc's player to watch.
Look at the way he uses his body. Look at the way he covers the ball. He's so technical.
Pumas looking to get a shot off. Medina Alvarado played for the Pumas first team. Had a little bit of a cup of coffee with them. Played for Atlante as well. Venados, some teams in the 2nd division. So a pretty impressive footballing resume.
Yeah.
For him, and you can see it. He may not look the part, may not look like what he did in his athletic peak, but the skills are, especially like a round goal, to find little windows to shoot to get a shot off. We saw it come to fruition in that semifinal. He'd be back to goal, and suddenly the ball's in the back of the net.
He's just so crafty, so technical. Cup of coffee, Liga MX, 6 games, if you will, with Pumas. But the indoor game, or the small-sided game, is just catered to his abilities. Good in tight spaces, how he moves, how he orientates players in or around. He's a true playmaker.
Nine goal involvements throughout the tournament for Medina Alvarado. We got about 6 minutes gone in the first half here in Cary, North Carolina. $1 million goes to the winner of this game. Pumas de Alabama. Nice ball. Into Rodriguez.
I'll tell you what, it's some high-level footy going on right now. Medina just nutmegged his defender through a through ball to Rodriguez right there. The highest of levels between these 2 teams.
Yeah, you said it in the open, right? There's been tournaments generally, but this tournament in years past where maybe you didn't necessarily feel like the final was the 2 best teams. I think there can be zero debate. Not only are these 2 teams unbeaten throughout the tournament so far, but they really handled their business quite easily in the semifinals.
Yeah, they handle their business, but they play a brand of footy that's just so attractive. They put numbers into the final third. There's just smart movements between the players. Christian Borja back on. You always have to be mindful of the big man when he's on. Brandon Gomez, he wants to take it. Look at that.
We know how dangerous he can be. Both as a goalie, keeping the ball out, and even launching himself into the attack.
Yeah.
Funny enough, he actually had the target score time game winner in the round of 16 against Goal FC.
Yeah, Bumpy Pitch has just been very well coached. Dino Nunez, the head coach, and Reggie Adu, who is younger brother of U.S. international Maurice Adu. I am told he is the talented one of the family.
Look at you.
He's actually, he does individual
Who told
training.
you that? Who told you? Did he tell you that?
Well, I cannot say my sources, but individual training company is called Biase Sports, and from what I'm hearing, he's impacting a lot of kids. And
Awesome. Great work.
I repeat, the talented one of the Adu family.
Oosh. Wow, what a shot that was from Christopher Castillo. Caught every bit of that ball and didn't end up missing by all that much.
I mean, that's a wicked shot. It's nothing Brandon Gomez could do about it. Just watches it go by. Very well struck with the left foot.
Herc, I've mentioned that this Pumas, the Alabama team, has some vibes of La Bombonera, the team that won it all last year. That might be because they got some of the same players, Christopher Castillo included. He was part of that La Bombonera squad that won it all in 2024. He's got a background in beach soccer. He's played for the Mexican national team in beach soccer, and so have a few of these guys for Pumas in Alabama.
I mean, it's just such an advantage when you know the type of setting, the type of triangulations that you need to do to advance the ball, to beat your defender. You could see why these two teams have done so well in this tournament.
Off to a cagey start here in the first half, and Herc, we've talked about this before, certainly yesterday. At the beginning of the game, certainly the first half, and at the beginning of target score time, things tend to be a little bit slow because, as you mentioned, there's so much strategy. You can attack the 7v7 so differently that you've really got to figure out, one, what the opponent's doing and then how you're going to counter it. And I think we're right now getting to that part of the first half where these two teams will have figured that out and things are going to start to get interesting.
You know what is very surprising is both keepers, both Gomez, in the semifinal were extra playmakers. And here, they're being very cautious.
Mm-hmm.
They're respecting the rival very much.
Final will make anybody tighten up. That certainly seems to be the case here in the early going, but we know there will be drama to come. That's a great thing about TST. We've got target score time. You're guaranteed to get a dramatic ending. Cardenas, we told you he was physical, perhaps a bit too much there.
Yeah.
Slamming Morales to the ground.
Alani right there. He's complaining. He took one to the head.
Well, either way, Herc, this is a dangerous spot for Pumas. We know they've got some guys who can absolutely hammer it. And this isn't really from distance. This is maybe 10, 15 yards from the goal frame. I'm curious to see what Bumpy Pitch does as well here as far as the wall is concerned.
Yeah, Tony Medina coming to step over the ball.
Oh, this could be big. He's got 6 goals already on the tournament. What is Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado about to do here? 10 minutes into the first half, looking for an opener. Medina Alvarado! Save Gomez! Brandon Gomez does it again and keeps Pumas, the Alabama, off the score sheet.
Just insane goalkeeping. This takes a deflection. You're going to see it right here.
How does he see it?
He doesn't see it. The wall opens up, but Brandon Gomez doing what he's done all tournament long, just big again.
Took a deflection there off Cardenas right in front of Gomez. He's still able to keep it out. Big time stop from a goalie who may well be on his way to a Golden Glove award, especially if Bumpy Pitch and finish this thing off. Big challenge there from Borja, but it floats into the hands of Luis Gomez. WickMed Sports Park, Cary, North Carolina. Home of the North Carolina Courage of the National Women's Soccer League, as well as NCFC of USL. Not far, of course, from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. The epicenter of the women's game in this country, we called it, during the Women's Championship Final. So many North Carolina players, past and present, on the U.S. team that just won it all for a second straight year. And this community loves itself some soccer and has really embraced this event. So we've got, I don't have the official numbers in front of me, Herc, but this feels like the best crowd I've seen at TST in the 3 years that we've been doing it.
Yeah, an educated crowd as well, very sophisticated. Really enjoy their footy here.
will be bumpy pitch ball. It'll be Cristian Gutierrez to put it in play. Another one of these guys that has bounced around the Mexican second division. Had some time with Xolos as well. A club Herc you, of course, played for during your illustrious career. Here's Munir Alami. He's been dangerous this tournament. Got it on that left foot. Crosses for Borja. Borja shot. Save at the near post. We got dueling Gomez's in goal.
It's just ridiculous.
Borja driving end line. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the big Colombian. He'll be disappointed in that. It is a goal kick.
Beautiful ball. And it's Cristian Borja. But this is stick save. The way he goes down. He's making himself as big as he can. And he can go on far post and then stick save near post. A ridiculous save by Diego Gomez.
Well done. Jarmavet Moreno lays it off. Ball at the feet of Brandon Gomez. Wearing the number 24. Ian Gutierrez will play a two-man game here as Pumas steps up the pressure. Long ball into the box. Medina Alvarado, the big fella, working with his back to goal. Good luck getting it off him. Here he is again. Oh. What a touch. Pumas de Alabama!
Oh, wow. Oh,
Gomez! Wow. Brandon Gomez again!
I mean, this is beautiful. Just third man running right here. Look at Medina to... Oh, Moreno. Moreno tries to chip it over. Just delicate of a touches, and Brandon Gomez will not hold. Massive again.
But that is Pumas de Alabama at their silky smooth best. They are so good in tight quarters, especially when it's Medina Alvarado pulling the strings as he was there. Bumpy pitch. Under some pressure here. Gomez puts it deep into the Pumas end. Closing in on 15 minutes gone in the first half. We'll play to 20, take a break, and then 20 more before target score time. We handed out $1 million check already today. On the women's side of the bracket, the U.S. women winning it for a second straight year. We'll have a new champion on the men's side here in 2025. Will it be Pumas de Alabama or Bumpy Pitch? The boys in green playing out of some serious pressure here. Gomez going long.
Good pressure by Gomez.
Espinoza.
Beautiful touch.
Yeah, tricky left foot. He gets hacked down. No call from the referee. Jose Gonzalez in the 12. Sends it across. Nice move. Charlie Gonzalez. 3 goals and an assist on the tournament. But he loses out there, and here comes Pumas. Game really starting to open up as the first half wears on.
Well done.
Leroy Enzu Sugi going on a run there. Sporting Kansas City Academy product, a true live wire for Bumpy Pitch.
Just does so well, puts his body on the line. Forces Pumas Alabama to foul him. Well-earned foul right there.
Cárdenas to put this one in play. He's got Castillo working off to the right side of the wall. That's where he's going. Castillo in a corner. Just about 3 minutes and change left in the first half here in Cary, North Carolina, as Bumpy Pitch advances the ball, looking for a opener there. Well, we've got a second here. We don't have many. Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Alexis Nunez, down on the sideline.
Yes, I mean, this game is definitely very tense, but I've managed to pull Ben Hooper away for just a little second to talk about it. Unfortunate result for the girls, but they put up quite the fight. You must be very proud.
Yeah, incredibly proud of them. You know, they were in it the whole time. A couple of balls bounced differently, but they fought hard. They have incredible futures ahead of them, and couldn't be more proud of the fight they put in.
You also have a Golden Boot winner in there, too, with Gianna.
Yeah, unbelievable, right? Like, what a good moment. And again, you know, they took their moments when they could, and they did such an incredible job, and we're so proud of them.
Now, my favorite Gomez is a Hercules Gomez, who we know is on call, but Brandon Gomez, we have to talk about him. What do you guys feed him?
I don't know, whatever he's eating. I hope he keeps eating it. I mean, you know, you talk about players having moments in their career, and he's having one. You know, this tournament, this game again, he's been lights out. It's fun to watch him play. I hope he doesn't have too many more shots like that, but you know, the kid is doing an amazing job.
And what do you think of your boys' start so far in this one?
It's tight. I mean, it seems like a boxing match where there's a bunch of little jabs and, you know, a little bit of war of attrition maybe. So it's tight, and it's nerve-wracking here on the sideline, but it's fun to watch. What an experience.
Yeah, very tense on the sidelines here, guys.
Great stuff, Alexis. Great work from Ben, too, putting not one but two teams in this tournament. Both of them reaching the final. And if you've been around American soccer for any period of time, you know about Bumpy Pitch. They got some great gear, a brand that's been around American footy seemingly forever, Herc.
Because it is forever. I was still playing when they started breaking out those shirts. And it's homage to all the history of football, of soccer in this country. That's what they're about.
Yeah, and you look at their roster, it's a nice cross-section. You've got guys from MASL, you've got pros from other corners of the small-sided game. You've got the familiar names, the Edgar Castillos, the Jonathan Bornsteins. You've got somebody like a Borja with a resume that includes leagues in Europe and South America. And then you've got, you know, some younger guys, some college players who are kind of at the beginning of their careers. Break here for Bumpy Pitch. Mata, the left-footed shot with the outside of his boot, and Martin Lara almost there opening the scoring for Bumpy Pitch.
So tight with that left foot. He opts just powering with his laces. Not a lot of direction. Gomez does very well to parry it wide.
Lara has yet to score in this tournament, but he's got 3 assists to his credit.
Quick touch right there, a little toe poke. No problem for Gomez.
Ooh, big collision in the box. Down goes the Bumpy Pitch attacker, but no foul. Big shot at the other end, and that left-footed laser from Miguel Georgiana just off the target.
Georgiana had Zurita wide open. A little collision right there, coming together, nothing to it, but you got to be very careful because on the other end, transition time.
And there it is, the end of the first half here in Cary, North Carolina. We got $1 million up for grabs, and we got nothing separating the two teams. Pumas de Alabama and Bumpy Pitch FC are knotted at 0. We're back with more from Cary, North Carolina, right after this. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST 2025. Good time to remind you to visit soccer.com. They're the official store of the soccer tournament. Great to have you back with us here in Cary, North Carolina, where before the women's championship final, we had a military flyover, and they're the two pilots who made it happen, getting a standing ovation here at Wake Med Soccer Park. Let's check out the stats from the first half between Pumas, the Alabama, and Bumpy Pitch FC, brought to us by RBC Wealth Management. Herc, what do you make of the numbers there from the opening 20 minutes?
Pretty accurate. More involved Pumas. A lot of intricate playmaking. And you can see the 2 shots on goal. Well, those are 2 massive saves from Brandon Gomez. Right now, both Gomez, the main attraction in this match.
No goals yet, but plenty of drama still to come. Bumpy Pitch FC, Pumas de Alabama. Second half kickoff coming up next. Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST 2025, which, at least when it came to the women's bracket, may as well have been 2024, because the U.S. women who we're looking at there celebrating a second straight $1 million title here in Cary, North Carolina. Meanwhile, and yeah, you should be here, we're at halftime of the men's championship final between Pumas de Alabama and Bumpy Pitch FC. Once these 20 minutes are over, we're headed to target score time. Quick explainer, target score is set at the end of regulation. We had 1 goal to the leading team's tally. And every 3 minutes, 1 player comes off. We'll start at 7v7, but we've seen plenty of games this year, last year, even year 1, ending 4v4, 3v3. And on this field built for 7 versus 7, things can get pretty wild. You can only imagine what the intensity will be like when there's $1 million up for grabs. Right now, nothing separating the two sides. Pumas de Alabama and Bumpy Pitch FC unbeaten, 8-0 each of these two teams throughout the tournament so far. Both dominant in their semifinal victories. Pumas winning 5-1 over the Concaifa SC. Meanwhile, Bumpy Pitch 4-1 victors over Pasha Luxury. These are the two best teams on the men's side of the bracket at TST 2025. They have proven it, and yet whoever finishes second, whoever loses tonight, will go home empty-handed. That's the beauty and perhaps a little bit of the curse of TST. It is winner takes all. What you just saw there was an 8-second infraction. Remember, you've got to advance the ball every 8 seconds. Here at TST. A rules adjustment from years past. Some teams had the strategy of really just sitting on the ball, especially in target score time, kind of letting the clock roll down, letting the players go off the field. I think it was a smart move by the tournament authorities to kind of pick up the pace of play.
You got to keep this going. You got to keep it moving. More action, more fatigue means more goals. You can't just sit on the ball. You got to do something with it. You got to be proactive. That's what TST is all about.
This feels like a final. Lots of tension, lots of pressure. Nobody wants to make a mistake. Neither team wants to be the one to concede first. Moreno chasing down. Did his best just to get a cross in. Well, that's not going to trouble Brandon Gomez, who has been one of, if not the most valuable players for Bumpy Pitch throughout this campaign. Gonzalez trying to feed Borja there. Those two have combined so much throughout this tournament. Combined 10 goals and 3 assists between those two alone. Been a massive part of this Bumpy Pitch attack.
Both teams just so dialed into how they play. The shifts in lines, how they come out, the substitutions, how much time they should be on the field. Oh, careful there. It's Cárdenas again. We've seen this before.
We've got a goalkeeping change, Herc, which is very interesting here because Luis Gomez was really good for Pumas de Alabama in the first half. And it looks like they've gone instead here with Alfonso Rodriguez, who's going to be in goal for the second half here. He's one of many players on this Pumas de Alabama team that has represented Mexico internationally in Foot 7, which is 7-a-side soccer, very popular form down in Mexico and internationally. So these guys are very familiar with the spacing needed for 7-on-7 footy. And we've seen it throughout. They really know how to play this game. Perhaps some other teams have players with bigger resumes. You've got your Nani FCs with Nani and Selección Potrero with Kun Agüero. But it's a different skill set, isn't it here? 7-on-7.
You can see he's there for his abilities with the ball. He just threaded that ball up top. Very good weight on it. But what's it going to be like if he has to face the shots? Because Diego Gomez has done very well for Pumas de Alabama. Actually, the two goalkeepers, both Gomez, have been the highlights, have been the main attractions thus far in this game.
4 minutes into the second half, still scoreless here with $1 million on the line. Uriel Suart sends it forward. Suart, an MASL player, 2-time champion of late with Chihuahua Savage, a team that has dominated the MASL in recent years. Herc, you had a stint in the MASL, didn't you, in your early days?
Back in the day, I believe I was played San Diego Sockers.
There you go. Good left-footed rip here, and the new goalie, Alfonso Rodriguez, getting down to his left to keep it out.
Very well done by Rodriguez.
Munir Alami, dangerous left foot, trying to get himself into a good spot, and he does draw the foul, and this right here could be a very good goal-scoring opportunity, Herc, for Bumpy Pitch.
Yeah, no need from Gustavo Gutierrez to go in there. He's running away from goal. He's probably going to lose it anyways. Now it's a very dangerous position for Bumpy Pitch. And look who's over the ball. He's asking for it, the big man, Christian Borja.
And with the goalie that's just entered the game, Rodriguez has already been tested once, but this could be a moment. In this $1 million championship final, Borja steps away from the ball. It won't be the big Colombian. He'll instead be a target. Left-footed rip. Rodriguez again there. Johnny on the spot as Bumpy pitch presses forward. Pumas de Alabama showing us they've got depth, not just in the field, but in goal as well. Jesus Molina, the Mexican international, long-time star player in Liga MX. He's wearing the 5. He thumped that one up. And now Pumas de Alabama are pressuring. Molina quickly off the field. Lets him.
Yeah, Medina is complaining right there. He thought he was pulled down in the box. You can see he's going for it. He tries to turn. Nothing to it there.
Here
Good
comes
no call.
Bumpy pitch. 6 minutes down in the second half. Espinosa feeding it back. All the way to Gomez. Sloppy touch puts him in some trouble. Espinosa under pressure. Nice move. He's pulled to the ground. And Bumpy pitch can play with ease out of the back.
Oh, Medina's complaining. He thinks Espinosa slipped there. Regardless, Brandon Gomez on the ball.
Borja giving chase.
He's just so experienced. He's not going to beat it for pace. A little bit of gamesmanship right there from Pumas de Alabama.
Charlie Gonzalez standing over this corner kick. Scoops it up. Header down. And I think Alan Perez probably going to want that one back. A point-blank header, opportunity to opening the scoring, and he's missed out.
Well, Charlie Gonzalez right there puts it on a platter. You're not going to get a free header from that distance very often in this competition.
Hugo Rodriguez sends it forward for Pumas. Espinosa under pressure, perhaps a bit too casual. Now works it out to the wing. Long ball trying to pick out Charlie Gonzalez, but he slips, and it'll be Alfonso Rodriguez that gets things going for Pumas. Cheeky touch. Pumas wanting a foul there on Leroy Nzusugi. But as we've seen throughout, the refs letting them play. Cárdenas battling there. A physical showdown with Castillo. Can't slide here, so anytime a player leaves his feet, that's an automatic whistle. Get another look at it.
I think this is more self-preservation than anything. He's just trying to get a touch on that ball. He knows that counter could be the difference.
Brandon Gomez here needs to set up his wall and set it up well, because Hugo Rodriguez, who's already got a goal in this tournament to go along with 4 assists, is standing over this very dangerous set piece just about 8 minutes into the second half here. How big would a goal be in this moment? Rodriguez looks to the back post. Ball working its way through a sea of legs and last touched by a Pumas player.
Yeah, Cárdenas here just kind of whips. He doesn't even realize there's a player behind him. He wants to let that go by, and it's in danger.
Pumas looking for an opener. They got it. Golazo! Pumas de Alabama in the $1 million championship final have grabbed the lead. Miguel Georgiana, how big a goal is that? His 4th of the tourney.
Wow, it's a bad giveaway from Bumpy pitch. And Georgiana right there takes a touch, looks up, and just places it. Brandon Gomez, for the first time tonight, has been beat.
Miguel Georgiana has represented Mexico internationally in futsal. Scores an absolutely huge goal. Pumas de Alabama have the lead, and as of this moment, right now, the target score would be 2. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Can Bumpy pitch do something to change their circumstances here? 1-0. By no means an insurmountable deficit heading into target score time, but the way this Pumas, the Alabama team, is playing, you don't want to go into TST down. Adrian Gonzalez able to dig it out. Pumas, the Alabama, still on the ball, trying to hammer it through the bumpy pitch defense. But that back line holds strong for the team in green.
Gonzalez, Morales, the way they just move off each other, the give and goes, they know each other so well.
Alfonso Rodriguez not messing around, puts it deep in the bumpy pitch end. High in the Carolina night sky. Moreno, forward for Morales. His header somehow finds its intended target. Game's starting to open up here. 9 minutes to go in the second half. Ball across, chance here for bumpy pitch. And a huge defensive play from Uriel Suarez of Pumas de Alabama to get that block.
And that was just such a brilliant play by Johnny Bornstein, the former U.S. international, laying that back. And that's a limey right there. You're not going to get a better look. Just can't get it on board. Can't get it on target.
Borja last to touch it for bumpy pitch. It'll be Pumas ball. 31 minutes into the 40, we're due for regulation. Borja off the field. That's not good news for bumpy pitch. They need their star goal scorer. The man who's already put 7 in the net here at TST. Nearly a second for Pumas. As that long distance effort from Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez says, why not? No pressure here, and there's nothing.
Just over the ball.
Nothing to that. Just hits it dry, so clean.
Christopher Castillo unable to keep it in there.
Bumpy pitch needs to settle down a bit. Just possess the ball, breathe. They're doing a lot of chasing, a lot of running. They're exactly where Pumas de Alabama want them right now.
Irving Zurita. Man himself with some Liga MX Expansión experience again. Something you'll find on a lot of the resumes for this Pumas de Alabama team. And they are quite some outfit. Up 1-0 here with 8 minutes to go in regulation time. We're 8 minutes from target score time, which means we're 8 minutes from being on the verge of handing out a $1 million check. Will it be Pumas de Alabama, who have some players on this roster that were on the La Bombonera team that won it all last year? Or will it be bumpy pitch men? Seeking perhaps a bit of redemption for their women's team, which lost 3-0 in the women's championship earlier tonight against U.S. women.
The U.S. women now right below us.
That's what all that noise is. Okay, I was wondering what all the hooting and hollering was down there.
These two teams want to be like the U.S. women who got champagne in hand right now, already enjoying their $1 million. If you can hear that.
Let's go. Exciting stuff happening in front of us, and exciting stuff happening on the field here at WakeMed Soccer Park. $1 million has already gone to the U.S. women. We'll hand out another big check sometime in probably the next half hour here in Cary, North Carolina, though the beauty of TST is you never quite know how long that target score time is going to end or how many players will be on the field when it's all said and done. Ole! Martin Lara showing us the silky smooth feet and drawing the foul.
Very well done by Martin Lara. Look at this little pirouette right there between two players. And yeah, he's on the ground. As Gutierrez makes contact, it's a foul. And now again, another dangerous position for bumpy pitch. But they need to make Giovanni Rodriguez force a save. They need to make him at least feel some pressure, the goalkeeper for Pumas Alabama.
Borja is an obvious target. He walks straight towards Alfonso Rodriguez. Left-footed shot beats the wall, but not Rodriguez. He's able to keep it out and keep bumpy pitch off the scoreboard. Big save there from the Pumas goalie.
It's a good shot. It's a difficult shot because it bounces right before Rodriguez can actually parry it into his chest.
Pumas nearly had a great opportunity there with Georgiana slipping the through ball in for Castillo, but he couldn't get the final touch on it. So Pumas missing out on a chance for what would be an incredibly valuable second goal and some cushion, potentially heading to target score time. Bumpy pitch, attacking down the right flank. Good challenge. Well done there from Eddie Sanchez. Does enough to stop the attack, but not enough to take over possession. It'll be a corner kick here for Bumpy pitch.
Yeah, good touch by Espinosa. In the end, it comes off Sanchez. It will be a corner kick.
Corner kick chipped into the back post. Oh no! Alan Perez wide open on the back post, and he scuffed it.
That's twice for Alan Perez. That in the same corner kick play, he's found himself all alone. Point blank, try. It's a beautiful ball in. Charlie Gonzalez and Alan Perez with the left foot just kind of whips it there. Can't make the contact he wants, but again, another great look for Alan Perez.
Bumpy pitch, pressing forward as regulation time dwindles here in Cary, North Carolina. Let's take another look at what happened as we got a Pumas, the Alabama player, down on the pitch. All right, he's back up. Long ball, good touch. But the Bumpy pitch defense able to usher it towards safety and now take over after the foul call. Under 3 minutes to play. We're very, very close to target score time, which means we're not all that far from another $1 million check and all the drama that comes with that. Crazy bounce here could be a huge benefit for Bumpy pitch. Borja in the middle, he wants it, he's screaming for it. No service comes. Pumas, the Alabama desperately just trying to get it out. Perez back on it for Bumpy pitch, looking to redeem himself after that close mitch. Good touch from Borja. But Rodriguez quickly there to smother it for Pumas de Alabama. Eddie Sanchez under pressure, an ill-advised pass into the middle, nearly intercepted. Miguel Morales, the platinum blonde hair there, wearing the number 7 for Pumas. Doing the yeoman's work up top. Borja turns, gets the touch away. Cerda cross. Lara, they wanted a handball call, won't get it. Cerda on it, wearing the number 6. Looking for options. Doesn't see one he likes, so he'll go all the way back. Bumpy pitch, building patiently. All the way back to Brandon Gomez now. Cerda, big switch. Wants Salami. Instead has found Borja.
That's not where they want Borja. They want Borja in the box. They want him higher up the pitch. The big man right now. Final minutes and he feels it.
Just over 60 seconds left in regulation. Things getting sloppy here, a bit chaotic. Moreno just hammers that one out of play. It'll be a goal kick, Bumpy pitch FC. 1 minute, 60 seconds left here in regulation of the men's championship final, TST 2025. We are literally seconds away from target score time. Alami wants Borja. Again, this Pumas defense gets the job done. Batting away, attack after attack for Bumpy pitch, who have been turning up the intensity here in the second half. Long ball. Missed the mark. Moreno heads it down. Miguel Morales keeps it in at first. And on a second look, it looks like Morales ran out of real estate there on the near sideline.
You can hear the Pumas de Alabama coach. He wants discipline. He wants them to be order. He wants them to be compact. Nothing in the final moments. Bumpy pitch, pushing on.
And there it is. We've hit the 40-minute mark. Referee letting us play on just a little bit longer. When he blows that whistle, we're headed to target score time. Right now, the target score would be 2. Bumpy pitch. desperately going forward in search of that late equalizer. If they are going to have an equalizer, it may well have to wait until target score time. Big ball into the box. Cleared away by Pumas. Sanchez touches it to midway, and that'll do it for regulation here in Cary, North Carolina. The TST 2025 Men's Championship Final is headed to target score time. Pumas, the Alabama, lead Bumpy pitch 1-0. The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST 2025. Alongside Hercules Gomez, I'm Sebastian Salazar, and we are headed to target score time in the Men's Championship Final. We are potentially seconds, minutes, perhaps not too much longer than that, away from handing out that big $1 million check. Here are the rules. Target score is set at 2 because Pumas de Alabama have 1. So the first team to target score will win it all, get that $1 million check. And the key detail here is that every 3 minutes, we will take a player off the field. We are starting at 7 versus 7 as this whole tournament has been played. But every 3 minutes, we'll go down to 6 versus 6. Potentially down to 5 versus 5. We have seen games go down to 3 versus 3. Those games, Herc, were crazy. I can only imagine what a 3 versus 3 on a 7 versus 7 field would look like when, oh, by the way, there's $1 million on the line.
I hope people appreciate what we're seeing on display right now. There's some high-level 7v7. You take out one player, things are going to get crazy. You include the payout of $1 million if you win. Oh, watch out, Seb. Watch out.
Pumas de Alabama and Bumpy pitch, looking to join the illustrious list of champions here at TST. La Bombonera won it last year. Newtown Pride won it year 1, 2023. There are players on this Pumas roster who are on that La Bombonera team that took home the $1 million prize almost a year ago today in this very building. Those memories surely coursing through their veins now as their new side, Pumas, looks to put one more in the back of the net and win it all here in Cary, North Carolina. Slightly taller task for the team in green. Bumpy pitch needs 2, and they need 2 unanswered. Oh.
The referee might have wanted to allow play to continue. It was a good transition play for Pumas, but whistled back.
We've told you throughout the game, but we mean it now. Keep an eye on the number 77 for Pumas de Alabama, Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado. 6 goals already this tournament to go along with 3 assists. He's on the ball now, turns onto his left foot. Shifty, and you see it there. Cerda called for the foul. This will be a good set-piece opportunity for Pumas.
Just so crafty. Cerda recognizes he makes contact there, but Tony Medina shifts one way, shifts another, uses his body. Absolute control of the ball, a true playmaker. Now, an opportunity at goal on a free kick.
And a guy with a real Liga MX resume, played a bit for Pumas' true first team down in Mexico City. Played for a couple other teams in the Mexican second division. Probably scored some big goals in his day. Don't know if he's ever scored one worth $1 million. It'll be his teammate, Hugo Rodriguez, perhaps to offer service. No. It'll be Medina Alvarado. The shot! Cleared away by Christian Gutierrez. He's getting physical in the middle of the park as Espinosa brings it down. Gutierrez for Cerda. Cerda, like quite a few of the guys on this bumpy pitch squad, plenty of MASL experience on his resume. Espinosa, left-footed blast. That one's tricky. Big rebound given up by Alfonso Rodriguez, who has stayed in here in target score time. He did not start this game for Pumas de Alabama, but came in to start the second half, and this is a big stop, Herc, even if it wasn't very pretty.
Good shot, good movement from Espinosa. It's all over the place, and Alfonso Rodriguez does well to just get that away.
Hugo Rodriguez turning here and delivering forward. It's found its way to the feet of Gustavo Gutierrez. Gutierrez forced all the way back. Rodriguez in some trouble. Kind of shins that one forward. Pumas unable to clear. They do so on the second effort. Moreno battling. Been a good tournament for him so far. 4 goals and 4 assists, but called there for the foul. Bumpy pitch, taking advantage of Pumas here. Sloppy substitution. Alami on that left foot, blocked away. Still not clear, now it is. Seconds clicking down on the scoreboard. We're very close to going to 6 versus 6. And there's the whistle from our referee. The first potential critical moment in target score time. We've gone from 7 versus 7 to 6 versus 6. Those tired legs, gonna be a little bit more tired. Gonna be even a little bit heavier. And the space on this field, well, there's much more of it now. Cerda, under pressure. It's bumpy pitch. You have the obligation not only to score twice, but to not concede while doing so. Gutierrez keeps it on the ground, sending it forward.
Pumas just does such a good job of pressuring. They close down those lanes. They're so intelligent, and this is where they're very dangerous, when they have the ball.
Waiting on the signal here from the referees. It will be bumpy pitch ball. Cerda to put it in play. He goes backwards with Gutierrez. Gutierrez marching forward. Now sends it back for Brandon Gomez. Don't be surprised if Gomez, with all his MASL history, a close call down at the far end for bumpy pitch, ventures forward. We know he can do it with his feet as well as with his gloves.
It's a clearance, and I don't know if Gutierrez knows much about this. Just hits him off the knee, goes across the face of the goal.
Long ball for Pumas. They want to end this thing ASAP. Rodriguez wondering what he's done wrong there. Can't play a long goal kick here past the halfway line, so that's why the whistle, and that's why bumpy pitch are taking over in a pretty good spot here. Just about 90 seconds into 6 versus 6 play, so another minute and a half, and we'll be down to 5 versus 5 as Martin Lara brings it up here for bumpy pitch. He's running 1-on-2. That's not going to work out. Lara forced backwards, does manage to keep it in. Boy, there's a physical scrap down here on the near sideline. Lara not giving up. Takes a shoulder to the chest / chin. Exactly what you'd expect with effectively sudden death soccer and $1 million up for grabs.
Zurita, who leaves him a little bit of a gift right there. Lara's going to feel that one in the morning.
Feel a lot better if the bruise is accompanied by a big check. Bumpy pitch looking to have their say. Right now, Pumas de Alabama in control. They need just one, and it's all over here in Cary, North Carolina. And every player that goes off the field, every time we drop a number, things get more and more interesting, more and more tense. Here comes Lara across midfield, a man who has provided 3 assists so far in this tournament. Would love another.
Gets that call from Gonzalez right there.
Drop of the shoulder is something else, but it doesn't work there. Pumas through Hugo Rodriguez, and he may have been through on a one-on-one. This is a big decision. Yellow card for Cerda. Probably the right play from Cerda.
Yeah, absolutely the right play. Rodriguez is off to the races. It's the game winner right there potentially. Cerda knows he has to take him down. Good tactical foul.
Got just the one goal so far in this game. It came in the second half from Pumas' Miguel Georgiana. We've gone from 6v6 to 5 versus 5. Things are about to get hairy here in Cary, North Carolina.
We are down to 5 versus 5 at target score time.
TST 2025, as the previous editions of this tournament, has absolutely delivered. The U.S. women about an hour and a half ago claiming their $1 million prize. Pumas, the Alabama, and Bumpy Pitch FC hoping to join the U.S. women in their celebrations. Miguel Morales dancing in the corner. Mitchell Cárdenas coming over for a crunching challenge, sending it out of play. Pumas on the ball, deep in Bumpy Pitch territory. One more goal, all the team from Alabama needs.
You have to wonder, Seb, if there's a bit of gamemanship from Pumas de Alabama, trying to get the numbers down. They seem like the fresher team. They seem like the team that keeps the ball just a little bit longer.
Good chance developing here. It's Morales. Wants to get in on his right foot. Good defensive work there from Cerda. More defensive work from Cerda. He's now just satisfied with one challenge. Takes two. And leaves a little something on Hugo Rodriguez. Rodriguez taking a knee. You can't do that here in target score time.
I think he separated his shoulder there.
Oh, no. What a moment. What a big moment here. The referee has stopped play as Hugo Rodriguez, who's having himself a tournament, 1 goal and 4 assists, looks to be in some serious pain.
Yeah, it's one of those, just draws contact, and you can see him immediately just calls for help. He felt it. He's in some pain.
What a serious loss that would potentially be for Pumas de Alabama. This is one of their better players, a guy who's really good on the ball. Plenty of MASL experience on his resume. Losing a player like this, potentially devastating, especially in target score time.
See Borja just drenched in sweat.
Yeah, let's be honest about what the temperatures have been like here in Cary, North Carolina. You and I got in, well, you got in, I guess, Saturday night. I got in Sunday. Yesterday, it was 90 degrees while we were playing some of those games, especially the afternoon semifinals on the women's side of the bracket with the sun. On top of that, both of these teams now, this is their 9th game in the last 6 days. I mean, we got players that are absolutely running on E, but when you're chasing $1 million, I suppose you can run on E just that little bit longer.
Hugo Ivan Rodriguez just separated his shoulder. For $1 million, he popped it back in.
We are playing 5 versus 5. Bumpy Pitch FC trail here in target score time. They need 2 goals if they're going to take home the $1 million. Pumas de Alabama, all they've got to do is score 1 more goal and the celebrations are on. Gomez takes the shot himself. Why not? But his opposite number, Rodriguez, there to make the save. Bumpy Pitch pressing forward. Alan Perez, who missed a sitter in the second half, sends it across for Espinoza. Espinoza only wants it on his left foot. Looks like Morales knew it and wins the one-on-one battle.
Morales with a ton of time there, just bad decision. Gives the ball back to Bumpy Pitch. Brandon Gomez now will advance.
At 5 versus 5, Herc, you can still be a little bit cagey. When we get down, if we get down to 4 versus 4, this thing's really going to open up.
You have to wonder who the fresher team will be when that happens. Bumpy Pitch with the second win about now.
Gomez playing it backwards. Charlie Gonzalez, 3 goals and an assist so far this tournament. Key player for Bumpy Pitch. Gomez into the corner. Espinoza all the way back for the Bumpy Pitch goalie. What a role he has played throughout this tournament. Brandon Gomez, a good shout for Golden Glove, perhaps a good shout for tournament MVP. They played into Borja. Borja back to goal, 1-on-3. Nowhere to go.
He's just so strong, Seb. Anytime they give it to Borja, there's 2-3 men on him, and he's just so strong, plays it right back.
Gomez trying to draw this Pumas team out. They go into Borja. It's 1-1 here at TST 2025.
Brandon Gomez to the big man Borja. Lays it off. And Charlie Gonzalez picks out his corners. But this is all Borja. The strength shown here. And then the beautiful touch. Uses the defender to screen Rodriguez. And it's 1-1.
Oh, mamacita, what a moment in Cary, North Carolina. We are down to 4 versus 4. We are tied 1-1. Pumas de Alabama, Bumpy Pitch FC. Next goal wins, and next goal wins $1 million. Pumas de Alabama have gone with the goalkeeping switch. They've got 4 field players in.
I believe that's Eddie Sanchez now.
Risky from Pumas de Alabama. Can't afford a turnover. Will the team that gets the ball last win it all? Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado, the star of the tournament for Pumas. Looking for one more magic moment. Eddie Sanchez on the ball. Patience from Pumas de Alabama. Maybe they want 3 versus 3. One thing we know for sure, they want $1 million, and they're ever so close to it here.
They have to be patient. It's a chess match now. You can't take any unnecessary risk. $1 million on the line.
Miguel Georgiana on the ball right now. Scored the game's only regulation goal in the second half for Pumas. Chance here for Sanchez to advance the ball. Instead, he goes back across. Incredible patience here being shown by Pumas de Alabama. Same can be said for Bumpy Pitch. Unwilling to be drawn out is the team in green. Boy, Sanchez has some space to advance it if he wants. Will he take it here? Drives towards the goal. Medina Alvarado trying to play it backwards. Hits off Cerda. And it'll be Pumas ball deep in Bumpy Pitch territory. Sanchez approaching. Georgiana lays it off. Now Georgiana in the corner. Medina Alvarado creeping in the penalty area. He wants it, but the ball is at the feet of Eddie Sanchez.
Yeah, eye on Tony Medina, who's now next to Brandon Gomez. Waiting for his time. Trying to get in the blind side of the goalkeeper.
A cagey affair here as $1 million hangs in the balance. Both these teams 8-0. Eddie Sanchez the touch. Jose Antonio Medina Alvarado. Oh, and that's the guy you want, and that's the spot you want him in.
Tony Medina
didn't pull the trigger.
Have a go.
Pumas patient, perhaps too much. They still have the ball, though. It'll be 3 versus 3 soon. Medina Alvarado sends it across to Sanchez. Ooh. Every pass feels so dramatic. So important.
He's telling the players he's not stopping play until the ball goes out. That's what the referee's telling the players right now.
The Georgiana brothers on the field right now. Miguel just moved the ball to Eddie Sanchez, his brother Eder Georgiana wearing the number 9. What a moment it would be for those brothers to share in victory here. A victory worth $1 million. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. For now, Pumas very content to ping it around. Next goal wins, and in some ways it feels like next shot wins. Medina Alvarado, the big fella. Where's the 77? A 7th goal for him in this TST would be worth $1 million. Sanchez approaching. Miguel Georgiana back to Sanchez. These two playing a little cat and mouse with Cerda. Brandon Gomez, the goalie for Bumpy Pitch, organizing as best he can. Sanchez into the corner, and Medina Alvarado cannot keep it in. Huge turnover there for Pumas de Alabama, and a moment in this match as Bumpy Pitch takes over possession. We go down to 3 versus 3.
Don't know if you heard the crowd, but they were booing at the end. They wanted action. The ball goes out of bounds in favor of Bumpy Pitch. A loud applause.
A little less conversation, a little more action. Will Bumpy Pitch deliver it here? We're down to 3 versus 3 with $1 million on the line in Cary, North Carolina. Year 3 of the TST, and I'm telling you, this tournament just keeps getting better.
You see Christian Gonzalez, who's now the goalkeeper for Bumpy Pitch, saying, be smart, think, let's go.
Gonzalez, Borja, and Espinoza are the 3 attackers on the field now for Bumpy Pitch FC. Their women's team lost in the championship early today. What a moment it would be if the men's side could finish the job here against Pumas de Alabama. Whoosh. Borja on the ball, receiving the pass from Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the pink penny. Espinoza watches left foot. That's where he wants it. Charlie Gonzalez has scored the only goal for Bumpy Pitch. It came moments ago in target score time. He's on it here. It was from right around this spot on the field. Instead goes wide for Espinoza. And those two with a little back and forth, taking some air out of the ball. Gonzalez, one step closer. Leaves it for Borja. Now Gonzalez. The Pumas defenders doing a good job in terms of their shape. Nothing obvious on here for Bumpy Pitch. Gonzalez to Borja. The Colombian. Star of the tournament so far. 7 goals, looking for 8. Charlie. Trying to draw out Hugo Rodriguez. This has got to be exhausting for the players from Pumas.
I'm exhausted just looking at it.
What a play from Hugo Rodriguez. Can he draw the foul? No! The referee has swallowed his whistle. Big moment here for Bumpy Pitch. It's laid across. Espinoza! No! He failed to pull the trigger! Espinoza with a golden opportunity to win the $1 million, and he never got the shot off.
Just like Medina on the other side, Espinoza doesn't want to have a go with the left foot. No, first time. A ridiculous play by Pumas Alabama. And this crowd is now up on their feet.
Every possession, when it gets down to 3 versus 3 in target score time, whether it's the semis, quarters, round of 16, is so valuable. But when it's the championship, and when it's $1 million on the line, you cannot afford to have the ball and not at least get a good shot on target. Both of these teams have had that opportunity and failed. Pumas de Alabama now get a second bite at the apple.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Eder Georgiana, back for Eddie Sanchez. Running what in effect feels like a 3-on-2. Sanchez into the corner. Sanchez in the blue penny designates he's the goalie. But right now, he's not on the field for his goalkeeping abilities. Eder Georgiana in the box. Flicks it back to Sanchez. Again, you can see there's a hesitation to take the shot because unless you put it in the back of the net, you're giving it right back to the other team.
Gutierrez and Cerda, just a lot of running on their part. Disciplined defending.
Georgiana for Sanchez. Eder Georgiana on the ball in the number 9 for Pumas de Alabama. Both teams taking a moment to catch their respective breaths. Sanchez trying to draw Cerda out. He's done so here. You can cut the tension with a knife. $1 million worth of it hangs in the air here at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina.
You can really feel it, Seb. The players feel tense. They look tense. They don't want to make a mistake right now. It could be $1 million mistake.
Next goal wins. Eder Georgiana down into the corner. Nearly lost it. Instead, it'll be a corner kick for Pumas de Alabama. Now this is unprecedented. We're going from 3 versus 3 to 2 versus 2 in a championship final with $1 million on the line. I mean, this is 2-on-2. This is like playing in the park.
Do you see my little man? I feel him. I feel him. Look at that.
$1 million is on winner take all.
So you've got an effective goalie and a field player here. And look at this. Pumas de Alabama has given the ball away. Bumpy pitch taking over deep in their own end. There's no goalie. There's no goalie for Pumas de Alabama.
Have a go.
The shot. Oh, are taking home $1 million.
That's right. Number 10, Charlie Gonzalez spoke to Ben Hooper, the founder of this team. He said, the architect, the one who set it up, who helped the recruiting, Charlie Gonzalez, not 1 but 2 goals in the final, Seb, and he just won his team $1 million.
And not just her 2 goals in the final, 2 goals in target score time of the championship final.
I was saying, Charlie, shoot! Charlie, shoot! He wanted to make sure, took his time, had all the time in the world, just bends it. Oh, and look at this. He knew as soon as he hit it off that sweet right leg, he knew $1 million. Look at his face. Look at Bumpy pitch. 2 teams in the final. Charlie Gonzalez with the winner.
5 goals for the tournament for Charlie Rodriguez. None bigger than that one. And Herc, you said he took his time. He took all of his time.
Yeah, Charlie Gonzalez just took his time right there. Knew exactly where he wanted to put it. But it's like you were stressing, Seb. You can't shoot unless you know. That's how tense it was. And once it went off that right foot, he knew.
Herc, you mentioned it, and you see the emotion there from the Pumas de Alabama players. So close to that $1 million cash prize. It is winner takes all here in Cary, North Carolina. So nothing but tears for those who come in second, other than the memories created here at Wake Med Soccer Park. But all the glory goes to the victors here at TST. It is well deserved for this team from Bumpy pitch. And Charlie Gonzalez getting the golden fleece courtesy of Adidas. And our Alexis Nunez standing by with an emotional champion. Alexis?
Yeah, I don't know if Charlie's going to be able to find the words, but Charlie, I know this means more to you than you can put into words, but try find the words for me. Why is this such an emotional moment?
It just means a lot, you know. I mean, you know, all my family, my parents, and, you know, my academy, TZ Brothers Sports, you know, just to show them that you can do anything you want in life. Doesn't have to be in soccer. It can be anything you put yourself to. You know, you just got to be committed, you know, but first off, you know, you got to keep God in the first place. You know, it's my 3rd year in this competition. Last year, losing the final, you know, staying committed, training, you know, doing the right thing, you know, trusting God. That's all it is, you know, that's all it is.
Talk to me a little bit more about the team that surrounded you, because I was sitting at your bench and you guys are constantly talking to each other in different languages, motivating each other.
I love these guys, man. You know, a lot of them I play with in Ontario Fury, but most of them right now, my current team, San Diego Sockers, and man, these guys just, when I went to San Diego, you know, they treated me as family, and now, you know, they're my brothers. You know, we understand each other so well. You know, coming in, you know, it was a little bit, we got the team a little bit too late. You know, we're thinking, fuck, it's going to be hard, but, you know, we're here. You know, everyone was against us, man. A lot of the crowd, even, you know, I don't want to say anything else, but, you know, God is on our side. God was on our side today, so that's all I got to say. You know, I want to say hi to my parents. You know, saludos a mi papá y a mi mamá, mis hermanos, mi hermanita, a todos mis sobrinos. Los quiero mucho.
Final question I have to ask, if you even thought about what you're going to do with your share of $1 million, man.
You know, I gotta take care of my parents, man. I gotta take them on a trip. That's all it is. Yep.
Charlie, enjoy this moment. Felicidades.
Thank you so much. Let's go, Bumpy pitch. Let's go!
Taking mom and dad on a trip with his TST winnings. That's what I'm talking about from Charlie Gonzalez, who gets the $1 million goal here in Cary, North Carolina. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we're handing out checks and trophies. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of TST 2025, where that goal just minutes ago from Charlie Gonzalez clinched the $1 million cash prize for the team from Bumpy Pitch FC. For more on the celebrations, let's send it down to the field and our very own Alexis Nunez.
Yes, guys. Well, it is finally time to give the official congratulations to Bumpy Pitch, your men's 2025 TST champions. What a tense battle that was. We have the tournament founder right here with me, John Mugar. John, that one definitely kept our nails going.
Great game, great first year showing. Congratulations, Bumpy Pitch.
All right, well, we have Chris Paul here with us, who's going to be presenting them with the check and the trophy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Bumpy Pitch, your 2025 TST champions.
Bumpy Pitch FC proving It's not how you start, but how you finish. This team actually lost a game in group phase, but have rallied to win the tournament. That come from behind spirit are evident in the final here tonight against Pumas de Alabama, who took a 1-0 lead into target score time thanks to a second half goal from Miguel Georgiana. But from there, it was the Charlie Gonzalez show. He scored first to tie it and then to win it.
Yeah, you can just see how much it means to Bumpy Pitch, and you can see how devastated Pumas de Alabama are. They're still on the field, and the Bumpy Pitch women who lost this final, their final, celebrating with the men. It's an enormous, enormous feat.
Bumpy Pitch are your TST 2025 men's champions. They join the U.S. women who were crowned earlier today, beating the Bumpy Pitch women. And they are the third TST champions in tournament history, joining the illustrious company of La Bombonera and Newtown Pride FC. Year 3 of this great event, Herc, and every year it just feels like the sky's the limit for TST, doesn't it?
Oh, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. The fans keep coming out. More buzz every time we are out here. And the level of play, my goodness. You can just see it on display this year. Top notch.
Great crowd, and they were treated to an instant classic. The men's championship final with $1 million up for grabs went all the way down to 2 versus 2 on a field built for 7 versus 7. And it was in that chaos that Bumpy Pitch, thanks to Charlie Gonzalez, did just enough to put their name where all 48 teams wanted to be when this tournament began back on June 4th. In that one spot, that means you are the $1 million winners. And there it is. Let's make it official, why don't we? Bumpy Pitch FC are your TST 2025 men's champions. And they'll go home $1 million richer. For Hercules Gomez, I'm Sebastian Salazar. Thanks so much for watching. And one more time from here in Cary, North Carolina, congratulations to Bumpy Pitch, your TST champs.